So many times people think that trafficking starts on the day they meet their trafficker or pimp, but many times it's years before. I was bred and groomed through childhood sexual abuse, my father being murdered when I was young, that just laid the foundation for a pimp to walk into my life and sweep me off my feet. He provided the love, the support that I was looking for that very quickly changed the moment he turned me out. I walked through the majority of my healing not understanding the gravity of what happened to me. And when I first heard about trafficking, it was just over 4 years ago. And I now have been out for 14 years, but I thought, if I missed it, how many other people like myself have also missed it? So many times it falls under the guise of this lifestyle of pimps and hoes that we really don't understand the intensity of what happens, and we minimize those experiences and that abuse. Understanding trafficking is so much more complex than just trafficking. After I was trafficked for 14 to 15 months, I was able to leave him because a sex worker helped me get away. And then I chose to be a sex worker for almost another 3 years after being trafficked. And both experiences, as being a survivor of trafficking and being a former sex worker, have shaped how I present and how I speak and educate others about the sex industry. I believe that there's a misconception that trafficking only happens in large cities. However, traffickers can use the internet and anything in order to reach people who are desperately seeking the affirmation from someone else. I've worked with multiple survivors that have come out of Indiana, and their experiences are very similar and yet unique to each person. Many times, none of us stay in one area. Many times, people who are trafficked start out in one region and then are moved to others. That is sometimes the case, but not always. I believe that people, especially in smaller communities, can be comfortable in where they are, and they don't work hard enough to protect their children from the dangers that lie on the internet. It's so much more than simply stranger danger, but many times pimps and traffickers fall into the guise of being a boyfriend, someone that truly cares about them, and then the moment, there always seems to be a moment where everything changes and the relationship wasn't what they originally intended. But within the small communities, there's a false sense of security that nothing can happen because it's in a rural area.